Hi beauties, welcome back to my channel. It feels like it has been forever since I last sat down and filmed a video for you guys. It was a very busy December with, of course the holidays, and then we did some traveling and we actually moved from Nashville, Tennessee down to Miami, Florida. So I'm back in the Sunshine State, loving life, but of course I'm sitting on a bed, room full of boxes. We're still trying to figure everything out, so please excuse the setup for a little while until we can kind of get settled and I can figure everything out. But I was so excited to finally sit down and film this video because this is my full review of the new Spring 2017 collection by Chanel, and it's called the Spring 2017 Coco Codes collection. It is Lucia Pica's third collection as the new global beauty designer, so she creates everything beauty for Chanel. And we kind of came to expect the unexpected from her. She's the one who brought us the really bold reds and rust-colored eyeshadows and eyeliners in the fall, and then the really kind of harsh, cold, blue, gray, silver palette in the winter contrasted with the bright, hyper-fresh blush. So she's done a little... the stuff that she's done has been a little out of the box in terms of traditional Chanel, but this is definitely, in my opinion, her best collection yet. She just keeps topping herself. And the inspiration behind the collection are the color codes of the classic Chanel wardrobe. So black, white, beige, gold, and of course a pop of red. These are the colors that even today in modern fashion we know as almost the classics or staples of our wardrobe. But that really just traces back to Chanel herself. When she first started designing fashion in the early 1900s, those were the colors that she made popular and made chic. And now even, the little black dress or a pop of red on the lip, these are all kind of fashion statements that we still have today. So it's an amazing collection. I truly believe that if Gabrielle Coco Chanel herself were still alive today, she would absolutely love this collection. It's elegant, it's just subtle, classic beauty. It's truly beautiful. So now I'm going to show you some of the pieces. There are still some surprises, like this limited edition blush, which is truly the star of the show. So there are a couple items in the collection that are inline launches, so those will be available year-round, but then there are a few limited edition products, and this is one of the ones that is limited, sadly, but it is a beautiful blush that has a highlight, a blush color here, kind of like a gold highlight, and then this is almost like your bronzer contour color, and then of course it has Coco Code imprinted on the blush. So this is it. It's perfect for a gift, or if there are any Chanel collectors out there, you will absolutely love adding this to your collection. It's just a really amazing, totally inspired product. One of my favorite things that I've seen, and this is honestly probably my favorite collection that I have witnessed since working for Chanel a little over a year ago. My absolute favorite. But this blush, you can swirl your brush and kind of mix everything together, or of course you can individually go in with, different brushes and kind of use everything separately. You could also use it on the eyes. So this is also great for the woman who travels or likes to just throw something in her bag, because that way you'll be able to touch up everything with one product. So this is a great kind of multi-use blush. I will say that the highlight is not going to be a super dramatic highlight. It's a lot softer because of course classic elegance is the theme here. So it's not going to be too bright. And then the bronzer contour color here, it isn't going to be too brown or muddy whenever you use it all as a blush, if that is how you choose to use it. It comes across a little bit more pink on the face, which to me was a little bit surprising, so I figured I should let you know. In the pan it looks a lot more brown. The blush, bronzer, and then the gold. The gold is really interesting. Hopefully you can see those. I know the colors kind of different in here. But the gold is really pretty because it is, you know, almost like a cheek topper. So you could use that on top of your blush or again as an eyeshadow. And I think you would be able to find so many different uses for it because it is, again, just the ultimate luxurious, premium, multi-use product. There was actually a second blush launched with this collection, and this is going to be an inline product, so it's not limited edition. And this one is called Elegance, number 370. And this, to me, without sounding too dramatic, which I'm sure it will sound dramatic, but this is my absolute favorite blush that Chanel offers. Now, I love the limited edition Coco Code Harmony blush, but to me, this color is just stunning. I would wear this every day. It's almost like a pinky peach, nudie blush, and of course, the pop of red, the red lip is one of the color codes, so this blush matches perfectly for a bright, bold red lip. But what I love about it too is that you could also match it with a very nude look or a nude lip to give you a very monochromatic look that's been really popular now as well. In the pan, it looks kind of similar to Jersey or Rose Bronze if you're familiar with other Chanel blushes, but on the skin I just prefer this over everything. It's really a beautiful blush, and it's, again, not limited, so you will be able to get your hands on it. There are 2 new eyeshadow palettes, and as far as I know, neither one is limited. So this is the Code Elegant, Codes Elegant, perhaps en français. I love this palette. This one has a lot of gold colors. So you have, these 3 are kind of more shimmery, and you have this very pale, beautiful highlight color. This is more of a yellow gold, and then you have a more brown, kind of bronzed, antique looking gold here, and then the brown kind of deep shadow here in the corner, which can be used as your crease color, or you know, if you're doing a smoky eye, you could even use it as an eyeliner. It's not as intimidating as some of the other deep colors that come in the quads. I know a lot of women will say, okay, well, if I buy the quad, there's always one color that I won't use. But in this palette, I think you really can use every single color. And of course, every palette is designed to be that way, where you're gonna have a light color, a dark, and then 2 medium shades. And that's, you know, purposefully designed so that you can create a complete look with just one product. So you have your little applicators in there, which I'm going to take out so you can see a little bit closer. And I will swatch these on my hand as well. I love the highlight color in this palette, is just to die for. And the pigmentation on both of these eyeshadow palettes is amazing. They did a really, really nice job. So this is kind of going to be, could be, your go-to warm palette. I think golds and browns, those kind of earthy tones, they are of course very classic, but they are also just really flattering on the majority of people. And that's also what I love about these 2 eyeshadow palettes, and why I had no problem splurging and getting them both, is that I honestly believe that if you woke up tomorrow and you had no other makeup except for these 2 eyeshadow palettes, you would be fine. And I'm not saying get rid of any of your makeup, hold on to it, don't get crazy, but truly these 2 palettes kind of serve all purposes. So this is the second palette. And this is called 278 Code Subtle, or Subtils. I think it's subtle though. And then this one is a little bit more cool toned. It's kind of neutral. I wouldn't call it cool, but you get this gray kind of beigey color, this pink shade. Here, I'm going to go on this side so I can swatch it. And then you get a chocolatey brown, and then kind of like a slate gray color here. And again, I'll swatch these so you can see them. On this palette, the highlight shade isn't quite as light. It truly is more of a gray or a beige color. But it's absolutely beautiful. This is the palette that I'm wearing today. I love, love, love this palette. Because again, you could really use these colors every single day. And they're stunning. And that dark shade is a little bit more shimmery than in the other palette. In the Elegance palette, the Elegance palette, the brown is a little bit more flat. It's more of a matte color. And this one, the dark color still does have shimmer. But the other thing about these eyeshadows, one, they are incredibly pigmented. Two, they go on like a dream. Really easy to use, not a lot of fallout. But also the shimmer isn't too much, so it's not going to be too dramatic or too shimmery. It's definitely not glittery. It's more of a luminosity, which in my opinion looks more beautiful on the skin, and it's going to photograph really well. So let me show you them back to back so you can see. If you're in the market for kind of a good go-to palette, I think you could pick up either of these and you wouldn't regret it. You'd be really satisfied. So with the Coco Codes collection, there were also 2 eyeliners launched, both the roll-up waterproof liners. One is like a taupe brown matte color, and then there's a deeper chocolate, more of like an espresso color. I didn't pick them up. To me, they're very similar to Espresso and Pomme de Pin, if you're familiar, those 2 waterproof eyeliners that are already in line. So I didn't really feel like they were anything too different. I will say that the texture is really nice. They're kind of a gel. They just go on really smooth. So 2 brown eyeliners that I didn't get, so I don't have them to show you, but I wanted to tell you about them. And then there were also 6 lipsticks. Now I only picked up 3, my 3 favorites, but there were 2 Rouge Allure, 2 Rouge Allure Velvet, and then 2 Coco Shine lipsticks launched. These are the 3 that I picked up. This is almost like a mauve brown, just a really beautiful kind of deep nude shade called number 62 Libra. And this is what I'm wearing today. I love this color. I wore it on New Year's Eve. I'm a huge fan. It's a matte. So this is the Rouge Allure Velvet. And it's super pigmented and it lasts a very long time. I wasn't expecting it to last quite that long because I know the Ultra Wear or the Double Intensity lipsticks by Chanel last forever. You can eat, you can drink, they'll stay on your lips forever. So I didn't really have as high expectations for this, but I will put it on one time and hours later it's still on my lips. So definitely great wear. And then this one is number 176 Independent. So this is a real classic red color. It's just beautiful. So the other 2 shades that were launched, there was my dog is going crazy. I'm sorry if you can hear that. There was another kind of bright bubblegum pink matte that I didn't get. And then there was a warmer red. So I chose the more kind of cool classic red. And this is a Rouge Allure. So it's still going to be very pigmented. It's not a matte finish, but it's not going to be quite as creamy as the Rouge Coco. Now with the Rouge Coco Shine, there was a deep berry color, and then there was this, which is also limited edition, and this is called Beige Doré number 126. And these go on very sheer, so this gold is almost like a gold lip balm. So I felt like it was so different, and I don't have anything like it, and it was limited, so I just had to get this. And it's very, it is sheer, it's meant to be. You can kind of see, hopefully you can see, it's right here, kind of between my finger and thumb. It's very light, just like a pretty gold lip balm, but you could also layer this over a lipstick to give you extra hydration if you wanted to, but very beautiful color. I'm going to swatch the other 2. So this is Independent. Beautiful classic red. And then this one is the one I'm wearing, 62 Libra. So these are the 3 lipsticks that I got from the collection. And these were just truly my favorites. The others were pretty. I think somebody's breaking in. Clearly somebody is here to kill us all because Jazzy, the guard dog, is going wild. But these were my 3 favorites. The other 3 were pretty, but I didn't have to have them, if you know what I mean. But I love these lipsticks, especially the Rouge Allure Velvet. Like I said, I was truly blown away by how long it stays, but also in terms of matte lipsticks, it's not drying at all. Really, really nice. The only other thing that I don't have to show you were the 4 new nail polishes. So there's a beige, red, white, and then an interesting top coat. So definitely go to a Chanel counter, check them out if you're really into the nail polishes. They are great quality polishes and they are very beautiful, especially the white one, but they were actually sold out at the counter I went to. So I don't know if they need a restock or if they hadn't got it in yet, but if you really want them, go check them out now. But that's everything. Overall, I absolutely love this collection. As I said, it's my personal favorite since I've been with the company, and then definitely the best one that I think Lucia Pica has created for us. I would say that it's the most luxurious, the most wearable. So I think more women will be able to look at this collection and say, yes, I definitely want that lipstick or, you know, that eyeshadow palette. These are the products that, like the Coco codes and the wardrobe and the way it was intended to be used, these are the products that will be your staples, the foundation of your makeup collection. So if you're building a collection, if you're new to Chanel, you'll definitely want to pick up some of these pieces because they are beautiful and everything lasts forever. Of course, it's the highest quality and beautiful packaging, everything we have come to expect from Chanel. But I hope you enjoyed this video. I loved showing you the new colors and kind of the new creation by Chanel. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. And I have a lot more videos coming up, so don't forget to subscribe for more.